and welcome to episode 1 of Authentic with Ashley, Take the Mask Off. Today's title is Girl Talk. So, today you're going to meet some of my closest friends here in Arizona, and we are literally just going to talk like we at home in our living room, which is where we are. Okay. And we're just going to have some just serious girl talk. So we're going to talk today about dating, relationships, men, women, sexuality, confidence, dreams, goals, all that stuff, purpose. We're going to talk about all of that today. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off with what I'm going to coin as 22 questions. So the vlog series will be dropped on my birthday, which is January 22nd. Today, happy birthday to me! And so every episode, we are going to have a section of 22 questions. So we're going to start today's episodes with the bowl of questions. So I want to introduce to you my girls before we get started, and then we're going to hop right in. So I'm going to start with Miss Jessica Butler. So how long have you been friends?
I've known you for 6 years.
For 6 years? It's been that long? Yeah. Feels like yesterday that we met. So funny story, when I met Jessica, I wasn't trying to be friends with her. But look at us now, 6 years later, strong. It's a whole story. We don't have time for it. But we are very, very close friends, and I love her to death, and she's like my sis. So that's Miss Jessica. All right, so Miss Tasha. It is right here in the middle. So how long we been friends, Miss Tasha?
We have been friends since the beginning of, January 2020.
Really?
So this is a fairly new friendship.
Yes, almost 9 months. It don't feel like 9 months. Y'all ever just have them friendships where it's just like so organic and pure, you just like click from the first time you meet them? That's definitely me and Tasha's relationship. Like from the first time, we were like hanging out, listening to music, and she's like, girl, we gotta hang out. I'm like, yeah, girl. So like that's literally our friendship. Like I feel like we knew each other in another life and then met again. So that's just Tasha. And I feel like I just gave Jessica's government. Do you want to tell us your last name? Because I definitely give everybody's government.
Yes, my last name is Bradford.
Okay, because I want to make sure I'm right in the spirit. Thank you. All right, and so lastly we have Miss Katrina Harrell. And so how long we been friends, Miss Katrina? About 4 or 5 years now. Yeah. So Miss Katrina has definitely seen the good. It's way more good, I promise y'all. The bad and the ugly of Ashley. So she could tell you about the ups, the downs, the in-betweens, I'm gonna pray for you today, girl, because you on one. The drive-ins to work, and I call her in the morning cussing and fussing. She's like, okay, well, let's pray. Get you together real quick before you go in the office. So as I mentioned, these ladies know me from the inside out, from the top to the bottom, sideways, and all of that. So we're going to have some great conversation today. So we're going to start with these 22 questions. And I'm going to have Jessica go first. So pull the first question, read it, and then we're all going to take turns answering this question. There's some good questions in here, y'all.
Do you think women who grew up in a household without a father can be a good judge of character when it comes to men? Why or why not?
Okay, Ms. Jessica, what do you think about that question? Yeah, you pulled, so you got to answer first. I got some good questions in here.
I see.
Y'all. We're going to start with the gusto.
Oh, boy.
I don't really know. I mean, I grew up with a stepfather in my household, but I would think, I don't know, it depends, I guess, if you have examples. Maybe you have good men in your life. If you maybe have an uncle or you have a grandfather and you still see family structure. Or, you could even have a close friend that you go over there and see their family structure. So maybe you could.
Okay. What do you think, Ms. Tasha?
I grew up in a two-person household with a mother and a father. However, I have friends who did not have their father around, but they're actually married to a good man right now.
Okay.
With a good man. So I think that it's possible.
Okay.
I do think that it's possible. And just like Jessica said, it really, your environment, because you could have an uncle, you can have a good friend that's a male figure in your life, and you can get direction from that, even without having that father to help you with that decision. So I think it's possible.
Okay. Katrina?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I didn't grow up in the home with my father.
Okay.
My father was in and out of prison my entire life.
Okay.
But I had a wealth of support, like you were talking about having an uncle. I lived with my grandparents, on and off, and then I had my stepfather. I actually have 3 grandfathers, like who were consistent in my life. So absolutely, yeah.
Okay. I agree. I think it's possible. I'm a Miss Tasha. I had 2 parents in the household, so I had a wonderful example of I'm going to give the other side of it. I had a wonderful example of a father, and I've made some crappy decisions with a couple of character of men. So I think, I don't think that really makes a difference. Like, I think it's about who you're around, your influences, things like that. It really doesn't matter. So, all right, Miss Tasha, pull the next question.
So, let's see. This question says, what are your thoughts on sharing details of your relationship on social media? Gosh, I've seen this a lot.
Me too.
I've seen this a lot, especially with social media being so out there now over the years. It's just grown tremendously. And I've seen people's relationships get ruined over social media. So I think that just personally, I think that social media is just, that's what it is, social. It's not real life. So I don't think people need to put all of their relationship on there.
Yeah.
As far as sharing all details,
Yeah.
it's okay to share some, but all details, I think that that it should not be on there. I really do, because I think that, especially if you're new in the relationship, or you start comparing yourself to others on social media with your relationship, it can really affect it. And a lot of what you see on social media is not real anyway. So I think that it's best not to share so many details.
Okay, Ms. Katrina, what you think?
I think anything that you do, you should do with a purpose.
Okay.
So if there's a reason for sharing small details, then there needs to be that reason, and don't just be putting all your business out there.
Okay. So I probably shouldn't be like, my man just paid my friend's bills today, and I'm about to whip her. So I probably shouldn't. Okay, I just want to that's not a real life situation for me. I'm very single. Okay. Jessica.
I would agree with both of them that as far as detail, I mean, I think it's okay to share some things, but not all things. I don't think you should share your whole relationship with anyone, social media or anyone else. I think some things are between you and that person, and they should be kept private.
Okay. I'm a very private person, so I unanimously agree. Like, listen, you might get a happy birthday from me. No pictures, because I don't like people in my business. Okay. Katrina, next question.
Let's see here. Since we're going.
Color code.
Yes. Are your goals from when you were in your 20s different from the ones you have now? Or are you still chasing those goals? I would absolutely say that my goals are different than when I was in my 20s. I never thought I would be a counselor.
Okay.
Because I just remember my granddaddy saying counselors have more problems than their clients. And I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and as it relates to chasing my goals, I think you've heard me say I walk in my purpose.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's good. Jessica, what about you?
My goals are totally different. I
Okay.
mean, when I was 20 years old, I wanted to be an attorney, and that's not my path. So I think that as you live life and you just have different influences and just things happen to you in life, that things change. So
That's good.
they've changed.
Okay. Tasha.
Absolutely. From 20 years old to my mind frame now, definitely my goals, I can say, have changed. What I thought was important and what I wanted then is totally different. Except for the fact of, I gotta admit, nursing, that's the only thing that has pretty much stayed consistent. Everything else has changed. So.
Okay. Yeah, I would agree. Like, I'm not too far removed from my 20s. I'm 21. But a year ago, anywho, so yeah, I would definitely say that they've changed. Like, when I was in my 20s, I was definitely like I want to be on somebody's stage. I want to be doing these musicals. I want to be doing these plays, which I feel like I am doing. But I think they've grown so much more. I always pictured myself as just being a singer and an actress. That was it. Like, I was very limited. But now I'm like, no, like, I'm so much more than that. And it's okay to have dreams and goals and desires to be so much more than just being on stage. You know, I would have people say to me, like, the safest option for you, you're a good singer and actress, just stick to the stage. Don't do anything else. But it's like, actually, no, like, I can do behind the scenes stuff. I can actually talk and, you know, host and things like that. So I would definitely say, just like you guys are saying, it's definitely much different. I think life experiences can change where you want to go and what your dreams and goals are. So it's good. All right, Jessica, you up next.
Is it healthy for women to seek counseling, yes or no, and why?
All right, you know, Miss Katrina, I'm waiting on it. Look, okay, so what you think, Jessica?
I think it's very healthy to seek counseling.
Yes.
I think as Black women or as Black people in general, that a lot of time it's not seen like that, and that we steer away from in the Black community counseling. And sometimes we, you know, like, I'm a woman of faith, but I believe in church, but I believe there's also a place for counseling and church. And I believe that counseling can help you. In my 30s, I went to counseling for a year. So it helped me tremendously.
That's good. Tasha?
I do believe that counseling will definitely, it should be taken advantage of, and it's definitely helpful. And I think that early on in my life, and I say the reason why I say that is because I was against counseling. That's just how I was raised in my family. You know, tell people your business
What goes
and
on
all
in this
that.
house, stay in this house.
Yes,
Okay.
lots of that, and that I have to say affected me, because I didn't realize until I was an adult where I could make my own decisions. Hey, you need to go talk to somebody about this. But I could have saved myself a whole lot of heartache and pain if I didn't have that upbringing of, oh no, you don't go to speak your business to strangers. What goes on in this house stays in this house, and that type of thing. So definitely counseling.
Yes. Okay. Well, the counselor herself is about to speak. So, what do you think, Ms. Katrina?
You know, I think we can all benefit from having some guidance, because sometimes we just don't see things clearly.
Right.
And bringing a third party in, someone who's non-biased, who can be neutral, and sometimes who's not afraid to tell us the truth. We need that. We need that. So
that's good. Well, my answer is yes, because they all have counseled me. Okay, so you do need I think you should have a professional counselor too. Like, I've gone to counseling when I was going through my divorce. Like, I definitely had a counselor that I went to that definitely helped guide me through the emotional things that I had going on. So I definitely think, women, go get you a counselor. And if you got a job that, you know, benefits are paid, that is paid, in case you didn't know, sis. Go get a counselor.
Yes.
All right, who's next? Tasha, are you next? Okay.
Okay, let's see. We got some.
Yeah.
Trying to rotate the colors here. All right, it says, does unresolved childhood trauma affect your relationship as an adult, and why? And I have to say, as far as unresolved childhood trauma, definitely. Because I can give you guys this one instance. As a child growing up, I witnessed my parents, although they've been married for 50-something years, it was a very dysfunctional marriage, and I witnessed all that, and I seen all that, and I seen the fights and the arguments and everything else in between. And me looking at that, I thought, well, if he still loves her, he still takes care of us as kids, it's okay to be that way. So that affects me in a way of thinking, having a different mind frame on what's healthy and what's really not. So definitely, it affects you as an adult, because you will carry that until your adult years. So.
Okay. Trina?
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a whole new.
Wait, I'm gonna tell you, every time we pull a question, Katrina looks at me like, girl, these questions. Okay. Okay. Yes, it does. Okay. Miss Jessica?
Oh, I think the key word in that is unresolved.
Absolutely.
So if it's not resolved, it's going to come out later.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. You definitely have to deal with the issues you have, not just from your childhood, but period. Don't ever think, a relationship in any capacity is going to work unless you resolve those issues that you have. Because I'm telling you, it's not. Okay? All right, Trina Bell.
You are living in my lane, though. Let's see. How can women be sexy without being over-sexualized? Why do you think when black women are being sexy, they are looked at negatively versus other cultures? Meg Thee Stallion versus J-Lo.
Now, I wanted to just say that I wrote Meg Thee Stallion versus J-Lo because I did not see the halftime show from the 2020. I didn't see, I just saw it actually 2 days ago. And so I added this question in because I was like, is J-Lo on a pole? Oh, she's on a pole. Now, had that been Meg Thee Stallion, she would have been a whore. Okay. But J-Lo is art. So why do we think that that is?
I just think they look at black women differently. I was watching a segment and there were some white women who actually basically identified how they can walk out of their house in yoga pants and a tight workout shirt, you know, with cleavage showing, and they're looked at as like soccer moms.
Yeah, or she's hot. Yeah.
But a black woman walks out like that unless she ghetto and she hood. So there's just not an even play. We're not on an even playing field. Truth of the matter is.
What you think?
The same thing. I mean, I just think there's a double standard when it comes to black, period.
Yeah. What you think, Tasha?
I do want to say this. On social media, when J-Lo did that, and I don't know if it's because I think she's Latina.
She is, yeah.
People bashed her, and you probably didn't get that part because you just seen it recently. But they talked about her pretty bad because of her age. I guess I think J-Lo was almost 50, and they were like, she's swinging on a pole. She got the kids, and her outfit. They talked about her really bad.
Okay, so versus a Taylor Swift. I don't know if Taylor Swift ever dresses like that, but to Katrina's point. But go ahead.
Yeah, as far as the stereotype, yes, it's there for sure, for sure. And what we as black women may wear versus what another race would wear.
Yeah,
it can be looked at because as a matter of fact, just this week. There was a African-American girl on social media with a bathing suit on, and she got a lot of backlash. I mean, she looked great, her body looked great, but people really bashed her hard.
Yeah.
And I just looked at, right now the Kardashians are famous, and I love the Kardashians, but, the bathing suit that the girl had on would be something the Kardashians would wear.
Yeah, sure.
And they bashed her, and she was, and I didn't get it, and she looked great. So it's obvious, and that was obvious that it's an issue.
Yeah. Okay. I agree. I don't know why it is an issue. Maybe it's just because of our blessed curves that we have, and so then you're blessed, sis. Go with the Lord. All right. Your turn. Read it. She tried to read it first.
No, I didn't.
My handwriting. Okay.
What asked you?
Like your process.
Right.
No. Do you think making a list of traits you want in a man is helpful in finding your mate? I think so. I mean, I have a list and it's in my Bible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I like that.
I've been praying on it for a year. I thought I found him, but
My God.
I didn't.
That's already coming.
Yeah.
What do you think,
It's
Tasha?
funny you said that because that's what people have suggested to me is to make a list and put it in my Bible and
Is that why I'm still single? I need to put my list in the Bible. Thank you. Go
well,
ahead.
yeah, I think that you need to have something.
Okay.
Because nobody's perfect, so you're gonna have things that you're like, okay, this is something I can't maneuver on.
Mm-hmm.
But other things, I think your list shouldn't be like, hey,
Yeah. Yeah.
because you're gonna have. I feel like that will limit you. I'll say
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Yes. I say keep it positive though,
Okay.
because we have a tendency to always list what we don't want.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
And while we're looking for what we don't want, we can miss what we do want.
That's good.
So.
I like that.
I like that a
I
lot.
like that. I think it's a good thing, but I think it can be a bad thing if you're not doing it with the right intention. So if you're making a list and you're saying, I want him to be making $1 billion a year, like, so more so on the materialistic side than with the what you need side,
Yes.
that's where it's not a good thing. Because, like, to Katrina's point, you're missing out. So make sure the intention is pure and where it needs to be. It's my thoughts. All right. Katrina, are you next? Or is Did we get lost?
I think we, yeah.
Okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Let's see. This says, do you think marriage is something women can go without? Well, I think it is something that women can go without. I've been married twice myself and divorced, but I think that, because I believe in God, we're not meant to be alone. Okay. So if you find that right one in a partner, and it's godly union, then it needs to be. I think it should be. So I don't think it should be something that you should just, in your mind, just think that oh no, I can just go without, I don't need it. Being in a marriage, I think is fulfilling, because like I said, I was married twice, but you don't want to just have anyone.
Yeah, that's good.
I think we need to learn how to be alone. I think that is important, because you need to know yourself.
Yes.
But would I want to be without my husband? Absolutely not. So there are just some things in this life that I am blessed to have had a partner. So I would hope that everyone will get that opportunity, but I do think you have to have an opportunity to know yourself before you go looking for a man.
That's good. That's good. Jess?
I think that if you would have asked me this, I don't know, 7 years ago, I probably would have said you could go without, because I never had a desire to be married.
Okay.
So, I mean, I've never been married. I've been engaged twice. I broke off both of them, and I just never had a desire. But like you said, Tasha, with church and everything, I feel that that's God, part of God's plan, and I feel that we should desire that.
Yes.
So I would agree that you should not go without, that you should desire marriage and covenant. Yeah.
That's good. Trey Songz, holla. I'm definitely gonna be getting married. I mean, once you are ready, let me know, because I'm not looking. You gotta find me. That's what the word says. So yeah, I definitely think that it's not meant for us to be alone. I definitely think that you should have a desire. But also, I want to say this: it's nothing wrong with you if you don't have the desire. I just want to put that out there, because I think sometimes people tend to look down upon women that are like, well, I don't want children, I don't want kids. That's just not a desire of my heart. And I don't think that they should be shamed, if you will, if that's how they feel. But I don't want to live this life alone. Whoa, I can't stand this living all alone.
Sing it, Ashley.
I don't want to be by
Sing it.
myself. So that's just me. Okay, who's next?
Yeah, let me just move on.
We can spend a lot of time on these questions.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Do women cheat as much as men do?
Y'all, this is funny. I'm about to put this out here before you answer, because it's women in front of the camera, but it's like men behind the camera. And I just want y'all to know my business partner Anthony is behind the camera, like, like y'all can't see. Okay, Trina, go ahead.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they do.
Okay. Okay. That's it. That's all. Just yes. Okay.
I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Jessica.
I would before think no. I've always thought that men were more cheating, because I date men, and that's cheating on me.
Right.
But as I got about maybe 33, 34 and up, and I have a circle of friends, I found out that women do a lot of things too. They do a lot of cheating too, and some are really afraid of commitment. So
Okay. Tasha.
Oh my gosh. Jessica said everything. That was exactly what I was thinking.
Okay.
I do. And like you said, we date a man,
Right.
So I just didn't see it. But as I've gotten older and I've, you have conversations with males and friends and stuff. It is real out there. So yeah.
I would agree. I think that men or women cheat just as much as men. I just think women are smoother at it. Okay? So we don't get caught. I'm not a cheater, though. I just want to throw that out there. Go ahead.
I think I should say since I'm the only married one here, I am not a cheater. I am not a cheater. Like, I love my man, but I do believe that women cheat.
Yeah.
Do you think women should still aspire to be kept or be independent? I'm independent, but I still want to be kept.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm alone, then I'm gonna do me and I'm gonna handle everything. But if I have a man, I'm not taking on the garbage. So you're gonna have to pay the bills and do certain things as a man.
Yeah.
And that might sound, in today's world, like, but I'm old school, so that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, I like that. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Tasha.
I do too.
Okay.
I do think that women should aspire to be independent and kept, just as Jessica said. But I think it's so funny. My feeling is that on both parties, because on both sides, I've seen it where people have split, relationships have broken up, and because you either if it's a woman who was staying home and wasn't as independent and dependent on the male, it devastated her. And then I've known some men who actually were better off staying at home with the kids, and it didn't break up devastated. So I think people need to have their own independence to a certain extent, regardless.
I think just before you answer Trina, that goes back to Trina's point of saying I think everyone needs to know how to be alone before they're in a relationship. But what's your opinion on the question, Trina?
Why can't I be kept and independent?
My God. Send them. Right.
Yeah, but really, why can't I depend on my husband to do certain things for me and still be independent and have my own?
Yeah, that's good. I purposely wrote this question because I have noticed more being here in Arizona, obviously being in the dating scene, it's a lot of sugar mamas out here. And I don't know why y'all taking care of these men. Like, I really don't. It actually infuriates me. You know why? Because y'all, I'm for real. PSA. Y'all making it hard for women like us to find good men because y'all taking care of these men and you making them baby boys. And I, like my girl Jessica would say, I ain't raising no baby boys. Okay? I don't have time. Let me calm down. But I'm not doing it. I am very independent, but and I hear this a lot. Oh, well, these women, they don't want to submit. Actually, a lot of independent women would love to submit to a man that's following the right thing to be following. But I'm not about to be submitting to some clown, okay? Because I don't want to be a part of the circus. Thank you. Next question.
Oh, it's in my turn.
I don't got time.
Okay, let's see. We have, in your opinion, how is dating today versus the days when you had no social media? Today, we're in 2020, so, oh gosh, I think I first, actually on my Facebook, because Facebook was my first social media, or maybe it was MySpace, I can't really remember.
Come on, MySpace.
But I was really, I don't even know what I was doing with
Black
MySpace.
Planet!
Oh,
We taking it back.
I don't even know that one. Wow.
I was on Black
I'm
Planet.
talking about some stuff.
One cute songstress. That was my name.
Wow. Okay. So I'll just use, let's use Facebook as example because I know that I started Facebook in 2009. And I've watched it evolve.
Oh, yes.
Over the years, big time. So, in your opinion, how's dating today versus when we had no social media? It is almost like dating is almost like it's people don't make an effort. It's like there's no effort in dating anymore. So, and it's sad. So that's how I feel. Prior to social media, I remember I used to be interested in guys. We'd have phone conversations. They'd actually talk to me on the phone.
They called you?
Oh, yes.
What is that today? Text message.
Now it's just not
the same.
Oh no, not the same.
Okay.
I agree. It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same. I mean, back in the day when me and my husband were dating, we had a long distance relationship because I dated him when I was in Texas. So he had to call me.
Mm-hmm.
I had a pager. I had to get a page from him
right.
and then call him back. Kids today wouldn't know nothing about pagers. And then it was like, I love, the little coded
The
messages.
number, yeah.
143.
Yes.
So funny. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes.
What'd you think, Just?
It definitely has changed, but I think I agree with them that in a negative way, but also in a positive way, because you have more access, like specifically in Arizona. If you happen to date black men, they are spread out from Avondale, Buckeye, all the way to Tucson, and you have more access to men.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and even you have access to men even in other states if that's what you want to do. So, I think it, like anything, it has good and bad.
Yeah, I agree. I have nothing to add. It's just, it's different. Okay, who's next with the questions?
Me, let's see. What would you tell the 18 to 21-year-old version of you? Whew.
My gosh.
I don't know, because that was a pretty rough time in my life. It will get better.
Oh, I like that. Oh, I like
Yeah,
that.
show that.
Okay.
It will get
Jessica, what would you
Calm down.
My goodness. Calm down.
I was a little rowdy, so I would say calm down. I was going to say finish school, but I don't want to make my path any different because I have a daughter, and those things wouldn't happen if I changed too much. So,
Sure. Calm down. Okay, Tasha.
I like your guys' responses. Oh my God, both of your guys. Because honestly, it's the same thing. But I gotta be honest. I actually love speaking to young girls because of my experiences in life. And when I tell them, because I did it totally backwards. I had kids and all this other stuff. Then tried to go to school later. Then tried to get a house later. Like totally backwards, and it was just extremely hard. And so when I speak to girls, I keep it real. I just tell them exactly like that.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, if you want to go the hard way, let me tell you what I did. And I tell them. But if you want to go the right way and enjoy your life and travel and have fun, this is what I suggest.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, that's good. I would tell myself to stay focused and pay attention to what you're supposed to be doing instead of trying to be a ride or die for somebody else. I don't regret it, like you said. Like I wouldn't be where I am today had those things not happened. But I think that I know I would be a lot further along in life had I just chosen to say, I'm just going to stay focused on what I'm doing. Like what I'm doing right now. Like, dating's cool, whatever. But I'm just so focused on what I'm doing right now that it's like, I mean, if a man were to come into my life and really do the right thing and we vibe, and that's great. But if someone comes along and doesn't understand, like, this is what I'm trying to work towards, this is my goal, I'm focused, then you're probably not the one for me because I'm trying to stay focused on what I'm trying to do over here and what God wants me to do. So I would definitely tell the 18 to 21-year-old version of myself to just stay focused. You're not going to lose anything by not going on that date with that fine man. Stay focused. Because what's for you is for you. And my mom used to tell me that all the time. And I would be like, whatever. But it's so true. Like, what's for you is for you. So if it's meant for you to be with that fine, chocolatey, muscly man, you're going to be with him. Stay focused on what you're supposed to do. Okay. All right. Who's next on the questions?
Oh, me?
Okay. We're going one more. I don't know if we're going to make it through on 22. I want to, though.
Should women shy away from their sexuality? Does this cause insecurities? And does this cause insecurities? I don't think you should shy away from your sexuality. Second part, I don't really know how to answer that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pass the baton.
Maybe I think while you reread the question, Tasha, I think sexuality probably needs to be defined because it's probably gonna be different for different people. When I wrote the question and I said sexuality, listen, I'm not trying to judge anyone because I'm not God and I don't sit high enough to judge anybody and their experiences and what they do. I'm trying to live this life the right way. But when I say sexuality, I mean things like today. I might get dogged out for this episode for showing a little bit of top. Just a little. It ain't a lot, you know. But I like to be looking sexy in a classy way. When I say sexuality, I'm not saying Anthony got problems. I really wish y'all could see him behind this camera. I'm not saying like sleeping with 20 men in 2 days. That's not what I'm speaking towards. When I say sexuality, I'm saying like, is it okay for women to be looking sexy? You know, if I want to have my little mini skirt on, am I gonna go to hell because I chose to have a mini skirt? That's what I'm speaking towards. I'm not speaking to the other half of that.
Yeah, and
So should you shy away from that as a woman?
yeah, that's how you just explained it is how I took it as well. And just like we were speaking about just a little bit ago, you know, with the J-Lo instance, and I think it's wrong for women to not feel like I can. Hey, or for instance, I worked hard for this body. You know, I'm working out. I want to be cute, and you know, express themselves a little. You know, express their sexuality in a nice, classy way. I mean, I'm not saying that it shouldn't be anything wrong with that, but sometimes society sees it different. Still, to this day in 2020, so.
I like that because I'm going to tell y'all right now, I pay good money for my trainer. Shout out to Chauncey. I done lost 10 pounds. And when the rest of it come out, I'm going to be in a bathing suit. And I really care less about what y'all saying because I paid good money to this man to get me together. Thank you. Yes. Trina.
My husband is my trainer.
Honey!
And first of all, I believe that shying away speaks to insecurities.
That's good. That's a good point. Okay. I gave my opinion. So who's next up on the block? I really want to get to these questions.
That was mine.
Oh, was that your question?
I read that.
Oh, you're like, which one did you? Oh, well, okay. Was that orange? All right. So sorry about that. I'm so sorry. Okay,
so we're going to Tasha's question, and then I'm going to pick one question, and then y'all going to have to maybe tune into a bonus little episode to hear us answer the rest of the questions. So go ahead, Tasha.
This says, how do you feel about ultimatums? Are they good or bad for relationships? Oh, my. Okay, then I'll just keep this short and simple.
Okay.
If it's something positive and good and healthy for the relationship and moving forward, ultimatums is good, yes.
Okay.
But if it's something that's gonna, like, if you're just doing it just out of negative intention to hinder
intention,
one or the other, very bad.
Okay, Jess.
Sorry, I don't do ultimatums, so I would not agree. I don't care what your intentions are.
Okay.
You don't just get to tell me. No.
Okay, Trina.
Well, I think it really depends on what it is.
Okay. The intention.
Yes, the intention. Because if it's something that has to do with causing you to look to devalue who you are.
Okay.
And we don't have to feel about that.
Yeah. So really quickly, I'm just going to say, I think that they can be healthy. If you're, let's say, for example, you've been in a relationship for 4 years and you're now 35 years old. No, I was going to be shady, but I'm not. I might say, listen, I'm ready to get married. What's up? Like, is this the avenue that we're going on? Because we've been together 4 years, so this is not what you want. Right. Then let me know. That doesn't mean you're a bad person. Right. Doesn't mean we can't be friends. It just means we're not looking for the same thing right now. And I'm going to go over this way because that's what I want. My mama used to say, why buy the cow when you can get the milk free? Ain't no free milk over here. So I'm going to ask one more question, and then y'all going to have to tune in for a bonus episode to see the rest of these questions answered. Oh, please be a good one to end on. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, this is a good one to end on with your friends. Okay, in your circle of friends, which do they prefer when it comes to dating? Meeting organically or online? So I'm going to do this question a little differently. Let's see how well my friends know me. So, would I prefer to meet someone organically or date online?
Organically.
Okay, what do you think?
Organically.
I think organically.
They're all correct. So, if you're out and about in the streets, you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook, Ashley White. Look me up, and maybe we can meet somewhere organically, okay? Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Like I said, make sure to check out our bonus episode so you can hear the rest of these questions answered. And if nothing else, we'll catch you on episode 2. Thank y'all so much for joining in on this journey. I hope you guys get empowered, encouraged, uplifted, and that you remember to always speak your truth and be free to be you. This is Authentic with Ashley. Take the mask off, y'all.